What's going to be coming forward is still, I think, very much an unknown.
Title IX of the Education Amendments of 1972 prohibits federally funded colleges from discriminating against students on the basis of sex. The provision was designed to correct inequalities in women's athletics, but applies to other areas of student life as well, such as codes of conduct. Attorney Farnaz Thompson explains that there is an exemption to Title IX for religious institutions.
Those educational institutions don't have to comply with Title IX to the extent that the organization's religious tenets conflict with Title IX.
But the exemption has recently come under fire. A group called the Religious Exemption Accountability Project filed a federal lawsuit against the U.S. Department of Education, alleging that students at more than 20 schools face discrimination on the basis of their sexual orientation or gender identity. All of the schools named in the suit are associated with evangelical denominations or the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. None are Catholic. The class action lawsuit states that LGBT students at religious colleges experience higher rates of harassment, bullying, depression, and violence than their peers. The lawsuit asks the court to declare the exemption unconstitutional in its entirety. Ryan Bangert of Alliance Defending Freedom says the lawsuit could have a dramatic impact on religious schools.
These schools have historically required their students to follow codes of conduct, and those codes of conduct have been informed by those schools' faith.
Those codes of conduct, Bangert says, often prohibit sex outside of a traditional marriage.
This lawsuit seeks to make the mere act of following that historical understanding an act of illegal discrimination.
ADF filed a motion to intervene in the lawsuit on behalf of 3 Christian schools seeking to defend the exemption. Belmont Abbey College, a Catholic school in North Carolina, is not named in the lawsuit, but it does have a religious exemption. Its president, Dr. William Thielfelder, says that exemption is necessary.
We can't go there. We're not going to go there. And so we would be in a hard situation. We'd have the federal government telling us we need to do it. We'd be saying we can't based on our deeply held religious convictions and beliefs.
He says the exemption helps religious colleges authentically practice their faith. And if the lawsuit is successful, Belmont Abbey would likely end up in court.
We do stand for something. We have a reason why we stand for it, and that we have these, again, deeply held religious convictions and beliefs. And we're happy to express that and discuss that with anybody that would like to.
Thompson says that as the lawsuit progresses, religious colleges should clearly communicate their policies and make sure they apply them evenly.
So, for example, if a religious school is going to prohibit extramarital sex, then that religious school should treat homosexual extramarital sex the same as heterosexual extramarital sex.
I reached out to the Department of Education, and a spokesperson said the Biden-Harris administration and the Office for Civil Rights is fully committed to equal educational access for all students. From Washington, Kate Scanlon, EWTN News, in depth.